Okay there. Okay there, welcome to another episode of The Controllers. This is part 2. We are doing the PlayStation. I, of course, is your host, Alucard221984. Now, for the PlayStation, we are also joined by another special guest. So we've got Stuart here, who has been a loyal friend to us and basically commonly known as our human guinea pig when we do our food reviews. So I've been using him as a test subject for non-gamer applications. So Stuart, give all the sports fans at home a bit of a wave. And as you can see, we are also returned with Commissar Jake from our last couple of videos on our controller videos. You also have a bit to add today, because you took home the dreaded Black Ops 1 controller from Mad Catz. You took that home. You did bring it back with you.
Yes, okay.
And so what's your views on using that since you took it home for a test?
As I like to say, anything is better than the standard 360 gamepad.
But
And
after you using the SCUF, the MLG Pro Circuit controller, I mean, we didn't go into the Razer Sabertooth because it had all the features you didn't particularly like in a controller.
those buttons.
Yeah, you're not one for extra buttons.
No, so as like a replacement for a standard controller, it's really good. It's pretty good. You could use it for more than just first-person shooting games, which is the problem with the SCUF, because it is designed for that purpose.
So would you offer that as a budget alternative to the MLG Pro Circuit controller?
You know what? I wish I could, but considering the fact that it's about the same price nowadays as a brand new one.
Newsflash, the price has gone up.
Well, it's because you can't get them anymore, really. So you have to buy them second hand, and people, it's an arm and a leg because it's like, oh, it's a collectible.
Yeah, I suppose.
And like, you can't get the LMPG Pros anymore, except
you can,
but they're about it's about 60 quid for like a PlayStation.
Yeah.
60, 50, 40, about that kind of price. Like 46 pounds for the PlayStation one. And if you want to get an LMPG Pro Mark one, it can go all the way up to 80, as we found out yesterday. But after doing a little digging myself, it turns out Mad Catz is still making the exact same controller,
just not unbranded,
branded by themselves for $69.99 in the UK, with free delivery. So wow, it's not bad.
There you go. There's some news for all you sports fans. Right, we're going to quickly hand this off to Stuart. Now, there's a controller we don't have here, and it's just because I can't find the infrared sensors, to be dead honest with everyone. But I have the Ghost Recon Phantom controllers for the PlayStation 3. Now, you remember the original controllers we used for Black Ops back in the day. Would you like to give our viewers at home a little bit of an in-depth talk about them, because you used them more than I did?
Yeah, it's really good to use, and it's really easy. It's easier than these controllers.
Right.
A lot easier.
So there we go. We'll probably do a future video, and Stuart will be doing a tutorial on the stream, because we'll probably run that one later on when we do a Ghosts, because Stuart's not played Ghosts yet. You haven't had the opportunity. Because you more or less used that actually on racing games, did you not? Yeah, because I had the F1 game on for ages. So he'll be giving a view, and he'll be giving you, later on in the year, we'll be getting Stuart in to do the racing game reviews. So anytime I have a racing game for either the PS4 or the PS3, Stuart, because you've got Gran Turismo 6 to try out, you were going to do us a little one on the free game F1 Stars, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we've got that review coming up. So you'll get to see more of Stuart. Now, these guys aren't actually in our clan. These guys just come in, free of hand, I call them up randomly saying, look, I need something to do a review on stuff that I don't actually play, that I've got. And they come in. So they'll be coming up. And Jake, well, he's trying to convince me he'll be going on playing online with me for probably Grand Theft Auto and a few others. I'll maybe bully him into like getting on Ghosts at some point, and we'll have.
I can ever afford it.
Yeah, well, put it this way: if it gets to that stage, I'll be buying you a copy of the freaking game. Right. Stuart, on the other hand, has promised me full-heartedly he's going after a PS4, which means he could actually end up becoming a clan member and joining us on Call of Duty Ghosts and probably Advanced Warfare. which you probably will get to try out. And he'll be doing headsets reviews, since you'll probably be making one from here. No, our luck. But we'll sort him out eventually, because that's the other great thing. We'll go into the headset review. I've got it all written up, and I'll be doing that later on. So we're going to now cast back. I think last time you started the controller review comparing the two different ones.
The standard 1, 2.
So to all the sports fans at home, the two controllers we are reviewing today is the MLG Pro Circuit wired controller, and if I can get past that, and we're comparing it against the base model, which is of course the lovely standard PS3 controller. Now, when we get to Stuart, he'll be able to give his review on the Phantom controller in comparison to the Major League controller. But I'll start it off, since I really didn't start off the other one, because Jake was a guest, and it's the first time we had him on. So, and he was on for the unboxing of the Scuff controller. So, I mean, for me, I don't know. I didn't like the fact that it didn't automatically switch to using the triggers. For that, you'd had to actually go in and flip it.
That may be a problem with the game itself, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying that in generality, that when you work with the Xbox controllers, every controller's the same.
Yeah.
Right? It's automatically set to triggers. If you have triggers, it's set to triggers. Whereas on the PlayStation ones, it's the bumpers. Because the bumpers are more...
closer in
No, they're more sensitive than the actual triggers. Which is another thing I didn't like about the Phantom control, was the fact that the triggers wasn't as responsive as the bumpers.
No.
But they were still triggers, and your fingers are more likely to be curved into those triggers than you are for the bumpers. And that would also transverse into the racing games as well, because you want that cut finger feeling, because that's what you're going to hold on to the most. So I was a bit disappointed in that, but like you guys are saying, it's probably more down to the game than the controller. But the Xbox controller had it already automatic. So that was another big grief. The other thing I would like to point out is the fact that it's wired. I love wired controllers. Don't have battery issues. Don't have to fucking charge the things half the time. And
it's easy to use with both PC and console.
Exactly. Well, no, it doesn't.
Well, no, you can't.
No, that one doesn't.
Oh, you can't use that one.
Doesn't work
whatsoever.
Yeah, that's the other thing, and why it's more expensive than the Xbox controller, I'm yet to fucking work out. Because the Xbox one will work with a PC, the PlayStation one doesn't. Something to do with the architecture and the controller, it doesn't work.
Right. Yeah. The PS3 can only be connected via Bluetooth to use them on PC if I remember correctly. So.
Well, even then, there's tons and tons of issues.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was another thing for me, but then I can do that. So I'm going to then pass this on to Jacob for his views on two controllers.
Okay, what comments can I make about the standard controller? There's the Marshmallowy triggers, which have a habit of not working too well. They don't push well. They don't feel good. Because it's just how they're formed. The controller's overly light because there's pretty much nothing to it. In my opinion, Synaxis, wasn't it? The motion control?
The 6-axis is
Six-axis, thank you. Is a bit pointless. And the removing of the vibration features, I think they reintroduced it in later models, didn't they? Yes, but as a standard controller, this is the one. Is this one got vibration in it, or is it like?
Both the other two
controllers. I've got to say, compared to like the original one, because I still actually have access to the original one. This feels a lot better to use because it has a bit more weight to it. While the standard 6-axis one felt like it was going to break apart at any time. It felt like a toy. This feels like an actual gamepad. It's all right, but other than that, it is the same design Sony has kept since PlayStation 1 days. Well, PlayStation 1 since they introduced DualShock.
Right.
Small batteries.
Yeah, we'll need them right now.
Gary? Hi, it's me. It's your classmate.
Perfect timing, isn't it, Keith?
Oh yeah. This is half the hassle when we do recordings. Anybody can walk in.
Right. But
going back to that.
Yeah, in my opinion, anything can be better than this. anything can be better than the standard PlayStation Vita controller.
Yeah, but I think that
Exactly what I said about the 360 controller.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
But hey, like it's a time and tested. Like, you know, it's a time tested the design. The only thing which is a real change once you got
If you just change the controller, that should have done.
once you got the once you got the version with Rumble features back into it, the only major change is the triggers.
Yeah.
That is the only major
Yeah,
triggers.
that's it.
So yeah, other than that, it's actually a pretty decent controller. Yeah.
Okay. I know that this is harder for like Stuart just to rumble right off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the video footage down, activate the video footage in the bottom corner of the screen, and it gives Stuart a bit of a thing to like say off like when he was using the controller. Okay, that's fine. Oh, that's because it's just another crap at me. I wonder if it's actually playing. Yeah, it's playing. Right, so Stuart off.
I know.
There you go.
Right, the controller. I prefer this controller. It's so much easier, and I prefer that controller there. That one I just tested.
Oh, the MLG one.
Yeah, but that one I prefer better than this one.
That's not actually, that's the wrong video. Sorry guys, we're at home, that's the wrong video. But anyway, we'll just cut that off.
I prefer that controller. That's easier to use than this one, and it's so much light. It's so much easier. This controller, half the time, if your hands are sweaty,
yeah,
this controller flushes out your hands so easily. That one, my hands were sweating in that one, and did not slip, nothing at all.
No, but it's this new polyurethane plastic control grips. It's on them that does
It's a
that.
lot easier to use.
I mean, I can't remember if you was around when I actually were gaming much on the 360. No, I think that was most of my days at Tesco.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's another thing, guys. We're going to be doing a lot more joint Xbox to PlayStation reviews now that we're kicking things off.
Mm-hmm.
The clan's a bit quiet at the moment because the two Irish lads is away with their to-be spouses. So there's not much activity going on with the clan. So we're trying to do a lot of these in-between reviews while we can. Also with the fact that I will be heading away to do an exam in less than a fortnight now. So spending time with the guys here, and hopefully probably by the time I'm finished my exams, you probably have your PS4 probably by then.
I'll probably get them downloaded and sent up.
Then I just buy it. I'll tell you what you could do. When is 22nd is 2 days from now.
Mm-hmm.
You're on the boat. Big thing going on down there. We've got the Wolfenstein release. I thought it was today, but it's not. It's 2 days from that. But I'm not getting it.
It's just a game
Today if you're American.
It's today if you're American, yeah. That's what it is. Today in America, 2 days in the says. But I'm not getting it for my consoles because for one big reason. It's not a multiplayer.
Yep, it's single player only.
And it's 20 hours a month.
That's actually pretty good for like a first-person shooter. That's actually pretty good. Most of them
Yeah.
cap out about 8.
But well,
So it's not only just 20 hours. It's a 20-hour campaign with additional gameplay modes unlockable as you progress.
yeah.
So you'll get more gameplay for it.
To be dead honest, it's a first-person shooter. Unless a first-person shooter has a multiplayer, I'm not really overly kind of interested because once you play it through, fine. But it's a single player only. There's not even like a multiplayer for the campaign. It's just straight bang. Don't get me wrong, I was really looking forward to it. There was rumors up till day of launch today that there would be like co-op on the single player. But no, that got axed, which really annoys me for ID because ID used to be the
It's not it. It's not id Software. I actually did a little research last night.
It's just
It's
Bethesda.
Bethesda Software that's publishing it, and it's a company called Machine Games making it. The last couple of projects they were on was they...
So what has happened to ID then?
They're working on Doom 4 at the moment.
Doom 4.
Doom 4.
No.
Oh,
And Machine Games is made out of people who used to work for a
because
company called...
the reason I thought id was involved was because to everyone at home, if you buy a copy of Wolfenstein on the 22nd, you get the free link to have the beta version of Doom 4.
Which is being published by Bethesda Soft, which Bethesda Soft owns id. All
So-
have never done it.
If Doom 4 does not come out with a multiplayer, I am just not buying any more stuff by ID. I'm sorry, because Doom was the first competitive first-person shooter, right? It was the first multiplayer first-person shooter. And it just brings back memories of being in high school, playing it on my breaks, playing with the teams, joining up with Shadow. We camped out on Shadow, and then we went to Quake, which was another ID game. It was a massively multiplayer first-person shooter, and they kept that going. Okay, yeah, guys, you can pretty much guess PCs was what I started with. Because PC games was all you had. Consoles were never... They didn't break into the multiplayer market till we had, what, 5th and 6th generation console?
The Xbox really started it.
No, not even that. I mean, even if you go back far enough, like, you only had, like, co-op games.
We had local gameplay only.
Yeah.
And most of them were co-op, if you point that out.
Exactly, co-op. I mean, the 64 was the first time you had 4v4, right? And then you had, of course, the Dreamcast came out with an Ethernet connection after that. So you're really talking about 5th and 6th generation consoles. And now we're nearly on 10th generation now. And PCs has been there from dot, really. I mean, when first generation games consoles came out, we had Doom. Because Doom used that horrible pixelated graphics. Okay, Wolfenstein 3D has always been a first single-person, single-player game. But come on, guys, it's the 21st century now.
Here's one thing we really have to consider as well. Like, if it's all well and good that all they did of having Doom 4 with a co-op function or online multiplayer. But if you get one first things first, it's a horror game. Yeah, but a horror game. And they want to put their resources towards crafting a exquisite single-player experience.
Let's take horror games that is massively done the same thing. Quake 3, Quake 4, multiplayer, co-op, whole 9 yards. They went out. Quake 2 even was the same. It was a horror survival title.
That's just a first-person shooter, if you ask me. But
well, even there was you had the choice. Back in 1989, your choices were Doom and Quake, right? Doom 2 was just an add-on to Doom 1. It didn't really change anything till Doom 3 came out.
Yeah, I know that.
Exactly. So it really didn't do anything until that. The only reason that the whole structure got changed was when 3D Realms came out with Hexen.
That was Raven Studios, and that was also an id project.
Well, id wrote public declaration that
the id licensed the software, which they used to make Doom, to Raven Studios, and Raven Studios was funded and was assisted by John Romero.
All right.
Yeah.
But either way, Hex came out, and then all of a sudden, Quake came out.
Yeah.
Right? They dropped Doom and created Quake, which to me I thought was bizarre. Okay, we were then into the Pentium era, and we could really have some decent 3D graphics.
The good old Voodoo cards.
Yes, Voodoo 1 and Voodoo 2. And then, of course, we came out with Quake 2. Now, that was revolutionary. The guns started to look real.
And all the coloured pretty lights they fired.
Yeah.
Because that was when we got into the coloured lighting stages of engine design.
Yeah, but guys, we're starting to deviate from the topic of the review. But anyway, going back to the controllers, and we're going to hand this back over to Stuart. You were saying about you still prefer the MLG
I prefer that. It's easier. It's lighter.
It's lighter?
It's lighter. I think it's lighter than this one.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I think it's a more balanced weight.
It's a balanced weight.
Balanced weight. That's much easier.
Trust that. I don't know how you get that. I mean, I'll pass that to Jake.
There's a 90 grams worth of
weight on the bottom.
In the back.
Yep.
245 gram weight plates. For the purpose of increasing the weight, which makes it a lot heavier than this. But the problem is, this has a different feel of weight.
It doesn't feel like
this is a much more solid controller, which makes it feel
much easier.
Better. Yeah.
But yeah. Well, one thing I will point out to everyone that's watching, that these are the only controllers that are sold with 6 axes for PS3. You buy an aftermarket controller, you don't get 6 axes. So that's just let that out.
Which brings up the major question: did anyone really care about 6-axis?
Yeah.
Really? Because
Well, put it this way. From a first-person shooter point of view, no. From a racer's point of view, yes.
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
Because Gran Turismo 6 uses it, Gran Turismo 5 uses it,
Formula 1,
Formula 1 uses it,
Rally.
Need for Speed uses it, it's
WRC.
WRC uses it. It's the whole...
It's easier for steering.
It's for
and
putting
easier
harder
for-
locks on the steering wheel.
Yeah.
MotoGP uses it for, like, when you're turning to the left, if you want the guy
See, if you want to
punch
compare,
over.
from that controller, right?
Mhm.
It's easier than the Samsung iPads, and it's easier
Yeah.
than
But the topic is why is 6-axis? Because some games use it. People who play Last of Us, people that play Beyond, people that play Uncharted, people that play, what's the name of that one that's like a cloudy figure walks through these weird and wonderful levels? Journey. Braid uses it. There's a lot of what I call indie games that's incorporating 6-axis.
Mm-hmm.
Not Braid.
Well,
Maybe
not Braid,
think of
but
Flower.
is it Flower?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Well, there's also that one where he's a blocky character and he moves. And if you want to see him, you use the 6-axis and it actually turns the map.
Oh,
There's the map.
Fez.
Fez. There's the other one. And you have that as well. So, yeah, 6-axis is being used quite a lot. It's just, it's
Really gimmicky.
it is quite gimmicky, and it's quite sort of along the lines of, if you're into that sort of games, it will probably use it.
I need to clear house. I need to go north.
You need to go north. Right, okay, well done.